just me. There's no in between. So this
is just me.
Is just me.
Why there is no in between.
So
this ain't my scene, I beg my leave. My face ain't clean, this is just me. Some ways I lean, escaping green. I state my dream, not in between. This ain't my scene, I beg my leave. My face ain't clean, this is just me. Some ways I lean, escaping green. No in between.
This is just me. I sound, a style, a groove, a rhythm.
No in between.
I know you have to say what you're giving. I'll move on, yeah, I'll move on. 1 minute, then I'm gone. I'm gone. So this is just me. It's a sound, it's a style, it's a groove, it's a rhythm.
No in between.
I know you have to say what you're giving. I'll move on, yeah, I'll move on. 1 minute, then I'm 1 minute, then I'm
Hi, Facebook and YouTube. It is amazing to be here with you again today. I am Nastine.
That would make me Peter.
And we are the co-founders of Explore ProTech Entrepreneurial Haven. Today, we are super excited to be here with you because today's coffee shop show. So every week we get together for our coffee shop conversation show. That's what you're watching now, right? So we talk to entrepreneurs throughout the week, real entrepreneurs, ask them what questions would they have for our panel members, all in uniform with the theme for the week. So this week's theme, I kind of struggled a bit to come up with the actual theme. So I chatted to some of you guys on LinkedIn and you helped me decide what we should do. Because in South Africa, we're celebrating a very, very special day very soon. And that is Women's Day, National Women's Day on the 9th of August. So we're talking about female energy and just giving back to the women out there, what they've accomplished and how amazing they are. So in line with that, I chatted to you guys and you guys said the one thing that we could really do that would be absolutely awesome on the show to help celebrate Women's Day is to do a Boss Babe edition where we share our favorite Boss Babe entrepreneurial stories about our role models and how they've inspired us to be the entrepreneurs that we are, well, still attempting to be today. So that is what we will be doing. I did try to convince Peter that we could make up him for the live show.
We've done it once before and
it was a hit and we went viral. So
I don't exactly want to become well known for being makeup.
let's see how many views you guys get on this YouTube video. Maybe if we get this views like over 1,000, then Peter will consider wearing makeup for us in one of the next episodes.
Or consider doing it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
1,000 views.
Okay, that sounds like a challenge. You guys push up the views to 1,000 and I will slap on as much makeup as you want me to.
I love that. Awesome. Okay, cool, guys. So push. You need to be sharing. Okay. Anyway, so let's get started. We have some questions from you guys as well, but the main thing that we will be doing today is sharing those entrepreneurial stories of the female entrepreneurs that have inspired us to be the entrepreneurs that we are still attempting to be. Okay, so without further ado, I think let's start sharing those stories. Okay, so I want to see hearts. Who wants to go first? Who is super excited? Okay, Leonie, I actually forgot you WhatsApped me before. You were so excited to share your entrepreneurial boss babe story. So I think take it away. I can't wait to hear this. Inspire us.
Cool. Thank you so much. I'm Leonie Dorfling, but today I'm somebody else. I hope you can see the words here. That is to describe this person: humble, kind, women empowerment, innovator, educator, mama to many, teacher, motivational speaker. And I'm also kind of looking like her. She usually have extra reading glasses on her head, dark lipstick, flowery top. I've known her for 9 years and she's played a big role in my life, still is. It is none other, Debbie Conlon. Yeah, she's a mama to many, a teacher to many people. You can just ask anybody that knows her, they'll say that's true. And she just takes anybody under her wing and just guide them and help them, especially the youth and young entrepreneurs. She just helps them. And at the moment, she helps me. She's my mentor, accountability partner, friend, and prayer intercessor. Yeah, Debbie, you're my role model, my best friend. Thank you so much for everything. I think you're amazing.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, Leonie. That's absolutely epic. Okay, what an awesome story. And
we can vouch for that because we actually know Deborah Conlon.
Yeah.
And that is who she is.
she is a mom to many and a business coach. She literally puts her passion for life into every single entrepreneur that she raises. So what an awesome story. Thanks so much for sharing, Leonie. Awesome. Okay, next up, let's hear from the incredible Taryn Victor from Phoenix Media. Taryn, who could your boss babe entrepreneurial story possibly be about?
Thank you, Nestine. So Leonie, you and I are on the same wavelength because I kind of have a few items there for the person that inspires me. So here we go. Your purpose in life is to find your gift, and your mission in life is to give it away. Is that not what we're doing in our businesses? We have a gift. We started a business and now we're sharing that with the world. Today, the influential change maker who I'm celebrating is Margaret Hirsch. Margaret Hirsch is the executive director of the Hirsch's Group, which is the largest independently owned alliance and electronics retail outlet in Southern Africa. That is amazing, and it's now in its 41st year. This phenomenal woman has received so many awards, including Lifetime Achievement Award, Global's Most Influential Woman in Business and Government Award, Most Influential Woman Award in Retail and in the wholesale industry, just to name a few. Many of you know that I love supporting women in business and showing support in any way that I can to my fellow fempreneurs. And I'm inspired by Margaret because she is involved in women and youth empowerment projects. So I would love to share a quote from Margaret from when she started out. We have built Hirsch's from a tiny little mom and pop store to a R1 billion company. And I hope that I will be an inspiration to others to know that they can live their dreams as well. We all started out somewhere. The point is that we keep going. We never give up because we need to enjoy the journey, because that destination we will arrive there. So with Margaret conquering in the retail industry and we as entrepreneurs conquering in our field of business, one client at a time, to all my fempreneurs, go out there and conquer. This is Taryn Victor from Phoenix Media. Thank you so much and have a happy Women's Day.
Taryn, you made me so happy. It gave me so many goosebumps. I forgot to unmute myself. That is freaking fantastic. And what an epic story. I absolutely adore Margaret Hirsch. I mean, how amazing would it be if she were to join us at one of our global online speed networking events, for example. Margaret, if you're watching, we love you. We adore you. Come and speak to our entrepreneurs. That would be absolutely amazing. So yeah, what an amazing story. I just love hearing these stories. It just You know, when someone else is doing what you wish
Mm.
you could be doing, or when someone else has come to the point in life where you're like, I know one day I'm going to be there. Like, I'm going to keep hustling because one day I'm going to be like that and I'm going to touch that many lives and I'm going to give that much back to the people. When that happens, like, it's such an inspirational moment. So thank you so much, Taryn, for sharing. I love your story. Okay, amazing. Let's hear from Janine. Janine, who is your boss babe entrepreneurial story about?
Okay, so mine is quite different. If you want to affect change in the world, you do have to have a platform to stand on. And in order to have a platform to stand on, you have to keep doing your job. This is Madonna. She started in a band, and from the band, she realized that she wants to be a singer. And as we all know, Madonna has got a very, very unique way of selling herself. But what I love about Madonna is that using her female magic, if you want, she's got so many ways of expressing herself with her ways of doing things, with her clothes, with her words of her songs. And for me, Madonna is absolutely one amazing woman because she is who she is. If you like it, sorry for you, look the other way. But she just attracts an amazing energy. And for me, I love that energy. I'm Janine from Jelani Sales, your virtual sales office.
Awesome. Thank you, Janine.
Actually, if you think about it, Madonna had the wisdom to reinvent herself over
And
and
over
over
and
and over.
over.
And when other people were falling by the wayside, she would reinvent and create a whole new following. And she's had a following from the day she started till now. It's fantastic.
It's inspirational.
Oh, and sorry, she was also born in August. So yeah, that's quite interesting.
Just like you, Janine. Or no, I got it wrong. Oh, it was Women's Month is also in August. I got it right. Thank you. Okay. Well, you guys, you know we need to practice dates and stuff beforehand. I'm like an undercover accountant, not a real one. I'm joking. Anyway, Madonna, we adore you. That is an absolutely amazing story. I mean, like Janine said and like Peter said, I think what is amazing about you is that, well, you never give up. And, you know, if someone doesn't like what you're doing, you're like, well, I'm going to do it anyway, because I know if this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And then the reinvention and adaptability, just the like smart.
That is smart.
Ambitious.
Yeah.
You're a total boss babe and you're an inspiration to all our female entrepreneurs. Also, we wouldn't mind if you joined us at one of our global online speed networking events. Get in touch, I'll give you a VIP ticket.
Hey, who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
One can dream, right? Janine is amazing. I mean, Janine, you can make this happen, right? Awesome. Okay, cool. Next up, I want to hear more entrepreneurial boss babe stories. Let's see who's ready. Maybe let's go to Switzerland for a minute. Andras.
All right, so I chose a person and she was inspiring me in many, many ways, mostly by I was listening to her podcast. And she started her own businesses when she was 22 years old and really successfully built up businesses and sold them. But then she was working 16, 17 hours. So she figured out, okay, I would like to spend time with my family, but I have a business. And then she was crying and being angry with God and herself and trying to figure out what's the next step. So she started to work with mentors and got a PhD in neuropsychology. And that's when she realized that it's actually, she got herself into that space of being stuck and working so much, but not being able to spend time with the family. So she completely rewired herself and did everything in a different way and built up the business in a way that she has time for the family and friends and everything that she wants to do. And what's also amazing, she started a podcast, which is very inspirational. She has businesses. She's also mentoring other small or big entrepreneurs. And she supports a nonprofit. She has a nonprofit organization that supports Ugandan children orphanated by AIDS. And the quote for the end, oh yes, she's Dr. Shannon Irwin. And her quote is, "Your creative drive and passion are beautiful gifts, and you are here to share them with the world." Amanda Ashkaprosh, your business coach.
Thank you, Andras. That is a beautiful story. I am for sure going to check out this person. So, Dr. Shannon, it sounds like you've done some amazing things. Well done on getting unstuck. I mean, I think all of us can relate to how it feels to be stuck at some points and how difficult it is to actually get out of that stuckness. And then to get out of that stuckness and actually move to accomplish that much, and then still give back to the world. I think that is something that we can look up to. That is something that female entrepreneurs can look up to. So I'll tell you what, for all the female entrepreneurs that you guys have been highlighting, we will put the links in the description so that everyone that's watching can actually go and look them up and learn from them, be inspired by them. And then Dr. Shannon, if you want to join us at our next networking event, get in touch. We would love to have you there. Absolutely amazing. Maybe the women's virtual high tea, Janine. I don't know. Do we still have spaces for the high tea?
Yes, yes, yes. Please come join us.
Awesome. Cool. So that could be a really, really awesome space for you to slot in, Dr. Shannon. But yeah, thank you for the inspiration. It's amazing. Let's next up here another boss babe entrepreneurial story. And then I am so excited to tell you guys mine as well, but I'll keep it until the end, until everyone has told their stories. Okay, so Rita, who is your inspiration, your boss babe entrepreneurial story?
My boss babe is, and I wish I could have met her, is Louise Hay. It is the one lady when I was down in the dumps that took me bit by bit, made me look into the mirror and see who I am. And here's the story. She built her household publication at the age of 50. She was abused for years and years and years until she walked out of it. And she found a way how to heal herself. And mirror work is one of those activities that she uses to heal yourself. She's written many books about how to heal yourself. And unfortunately, past 17, and there's one wish, if I could have met her. She is just such a beautiful woman, a beautiful lady, and the work that she has done, and she's got offices here in South Africa, and the work that she has done across the globe, not just for women, but for everybody, in healing yourself. And the ability and the possibility that we all have to do that. Yeah, she is really my inspiration and my work that I'm doing with people was born from her stuff in the beginning. So she is my boss babe. Rita Skuma, Coaching with Heart.
Rita, I am so in love with you right now. Thank you for picking Louise Hay. I was in two minds, like, as to which story I'm actually going to tell, and like I was just like, if I don't tell her story, like I have to at least mention it as well, because she had such an abusive childhood and everything was against her from the start. She had nothing in life. She had less than nothing in life. And the things that she built from there and the way she gave back and the way she's been teaching women. I mean, just like you, some of the worst parts of my life, like when I went through my divorce, I literally listened to that woman's voice every single day. It was the only thing that got me through the day on some days. And I was just like, you know what? If she can do it, I can do it. Keep hustling. I'm not lying down. This is not the end. And then on top of the divorce, they tried to take my business. And I was like, listen to Louisa's voice. Like, if she could do this, I can do this. Keep going. And
We're still here.
we're still here. We're growing. We haven't become invisible. And yeah. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. I love listening to other boss babe entrepreneurial stories. Thank you so much for sharing, Rita. And I can see that it really, really comes from your heart. And that is what we wanted for this episode, to get the real raw stories out there and just show women that it's okay. Some of us haven't made it yet. Some of us have. Some of us are still getting there. Some of us are standing on top of our mountain. Some of us have already conquered everything. But it's okay. Wherever you are, we can do this because we're women and we're strong. Thank you. Okay, speaking about women. Our next guest, Stephen, I'm sorry, that is such a bad hook. But do you have an entrepreneurial boss babe story that you can share with us, please?
Okay, so like, so like you said, I've really struggled to narrow this down because there are just so many incredible women who are inspirational, and I mean that in every sense of the word. I have narrowed it down to one, and her name is Poppy Gustafsson. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I might have butchered that. I've only ever read the name. And what I like about Poppy is she started life as a chartered accountant. Her career was in chartered accountant. She, in 2013, at the age of 30, took the helm of a cybersecurity firm. Since she took over this firm, it has risen to a global ranking of number 7. It's worth almost £3 billion. And she also has the most diversely rich company within cybersecurity. 40% of the staff are female. She is making huge waves in a male-dominated industry and showing that her way of leadership and her style is what people resonate with. Now, her company have helped save over 4,000 other companies through cybersecurity. On top of that, her company run quite a lot of initiatives to help bring more women into tech, more women into science and STEM subjects. So that's my inspiration for today's coffee shop conversation show. So I'm going to, again, try to pronounce her name. Poppy Gustafsson. Thank you. I'm Stephen Westwood from SBW Copywriting.
Thank you, Stephen. That is an awesome story. Poppy, I also started as a chartered accountant.
What a coincidence.
So I'm guessing you're going to be one of my, you have a new fan. I'm going to be stalking you as soon as Stephen gives me your links. And then everyone that watches the show is going to be stalking you too. I think that is fabulous. Like, I know as a chartered accountant, we do learn some security, like access controls and stuff, but it's not your forte. It's not what everything's built on. So like, to step into that world and just take it over and show us what can be done. Wow, that is amazing. I am so looking forward to learning from you. Yeah, Poppy, come and join us at one of our networking events. We would love to meet you. I promise I will try to not be one of those creepy fans, but I can only promise that I'll try. You sound absolutely awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing, Stephen. What a beautiful story. Let's hear next up from Dr. Maya. Dr. Maya, who is your boss babe that you have an entrepreneurial story about today?
Hi, colleagues. How are you doing? Look, the story that I have will be about with Oprah Winfrey. When you listen to the story of Oprah, at a very early age, she was abused. And when you listen to her story, she basically started from nothing. And fast forward through, I will argue, through hard work, forgiveness, probably, forgiving yourself and knowing what has happened to you. It was never your fault. Even though she has never articulated that, it's me understanding. She has built a well-known media personality and one of the very successful women entrepreneurs. And I think what Oprah communicates to the world and to women and to the young child, I would link it to the movie Tsotsi. Its tagline says, "You don't choose your beginnings," and it stops there. Essentially, I think if you're to complete that, while things happen to us as a lesson, whatever the case may be, we still have the power within. We've got the power to change the narrative. We have the power to rewrite the script. We have the power to talk to the child inside and the you inside and do anything and everything in your power to achieve your dreams. So Oprah, and through her work, she has touched many. Her ability to openly communicate and share with the world what would be regarded as a taboo, using that learned and lived experience to build an organization that is known the world over, and her ability to connect with everybody from the cleaner to the president. So Oprah Winfrey will be for me somebody and a living, legend. Who, and I mean her giving too, even here in South Africa. I think her work, it's more passion. It's passion linked to gift, linked to struggles. If you combine those three, I think is an epitome of what you can be if you put your mind on the future, learning from the pain of the past.
That was so powerful, Dr. Maya. Thank you so much for sharing. Oprah, you get a networking ticket. Dr. Shannon gets a networking ticket. Everyone gets a networking ticket. Please come and join us. We love you. I think you're amazing. Just like Dr. Maya said, learning from the pain of the past and making the future in the way that you want it. Like, you're such a shining example. And if this show could take off like Oprah's show, like, imagine, we aspire to be you. I don't know, like, you've made so many smart choices with the way that you've marketed yourself and the way that you present yourself. And I just hope that we can learn like the lessons from you and be like even like half or like 10% as awesome as you are. But thank you for showing us that it can be done. That is so special. Thank you so much. Okay, so now it's my turn to put my co-founder on the spot. Peter, who is your entrepreneurial boss babe? Whose story are you sharing?
Okay, well, I had a particular person in mind, and I will share with that person after I've shared as to who I had in mind, because I've actually changed my story, but I want that person to know that this person inspired the story. So if I had to put forward my boss babe, it would actually be my mother. She was not an entrepreneur. She was not a business professional. She was a woman that raised 5 kids. And if you take a look at the endeavors to what she did and how she did it and the things that she actually achieved, I recall being dragged into the bank as a child, I think still in my school uniform. I must have been standard 3 or standard 4. and dragged into the bank because she was going to talk to the bank manager because there was a house that she wanted to buy and she wanted that house. And we're talking to the bank manager as to how we're going to buy that house. And she was asked the question, how much money do you have in your bank account? Which we actually had to check. And I think there was something like 12 Rand in the account. And the bank manager laughed. And his question was, how do you think you're going to buy a house with 12 Rand in the bank? And her being the short, tiny powerhouse that she is, she was like, don't laugh at me because I'll show you. And we promptly left the bank. And a month later, we were living in that house. So never underestimate the power of a determined woman. So that leads me to the point where this particular person actually inspired me, because this particular person has that same determination. This person started from nothing, started in an industry where she did not know what she needed, yet she knew that she had to include and pull people around her to grow and teach her and to learn. And so this person for me is almost like a reflection of the strength that I saw in my own mother. And don't get me wrong, I'm not I don't have a strong relationship with my mother, but there is a level of respect there that is second to none. So my boss babe that I've chosen is actually Leonie. Leonie, I've seen you conquer mountains bigger than most people would fear. Run the other way. You have surrounded yourself with friendships and relationships and the people that are necessary to be by your side in order for you to conquer. So the next time you go into the bank and the bank manager laughs at you, laugh right back. And that's me.
Peace out. I love that.
Thank you. I love it. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Oh, thank you for sharing that story. It was
Beat that.
I can't beat that. How am I supposed to beat that? I should have let you go last. But before I actually tell my story, and I'm going to remember that, I'm going to endeavor to be like that type of determined, where when I have 12 Rand, I'm like, I'm buying that house. It's happening next month.
She was no joke.
Imagine that. That is freaking epic. That is amazing. And Leonie, you're an awesome person. Please join us at the next Global Online Speed Networking event. We would love to have you. Awesome. Okay, so before I actually tell my story, I just want to hear, Linda, do you have a story for us? A boss babe entrepreneurial story?
I do now because I'm thoroughly inspired by all of those stories. So I didn't prepare one, but while you're all speaking, I'm thinking and thinking and thinking, and all of those people are obviously inspirational. Mine's an interesting one. I'm actually inspired and in awe of the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth II of England. Clearly, you all know I was born in England. I've been in South Africa for twice as long as I was ever in England. But for as long as I can remember, I followed her story, long before The Crown came on Netflix. And she always inspired me because I think I resonate a great deal with her and her nature. She can be seen as very aloof and serious, and uncaring, in some cases. But what's inspirational to me is she's remained calm, collected, determined. She is resilient, and she is still working. She has been working for almost 70 years. And she is 95 years old, and she is not stopping yet. I mean, who else do you know that has continued to work for that long? But not only that, yes, clearly, whether you're a royalist or not, she's in a privileged position, or has been. She's always been surrounded by people who will, dress her, feed her, advise her. But I think it's something in her own mind that allows her to build the relationships with hundreds of people, thousands maybe, that have continued to be the story of her success. So she is my boss babe. I'm not sure if she's going to make it to the women's high tea, although it is a British thing to do, so we can ask her.
I actually really like that. And if I'm not mistaken, there was actually an event, I think it was a wedding that took place somewhere within the royal grounds, and they sent an invitation to the Queen thinking that she would not arrive because it was just it had nothing to, it wasn't any relative of hers, it wasn't any, it was just, they just sent an invitation to the Queen, and she actually pitched up as who she was, made an appearance and said hi to the guests and took photographs and then went on her merry way. I think you've chosen a fantastic boss babe.
Amazing boss babe, Linda. Thank you so much for sharing. Calm, collected, and resilient. Queen Elizabeth, we love you. You guys are not shooting low at all. So here's me on YouTube Live going, Queen Elizabeth, if you would like to join us at our virtual Women's High Tea event, we would love to have you. We would love to have you. And I really hope that you're watching this video. It will be absolutely awesome. So thank you for putting me on the spot for a change, Linda. Aim high, shoot low. And yeah, here we go. Awesome. Okay, so I am super inspired by all of these stories that you guys have been sharing. I'm finally ready to share mine as well. I feel like I can't top what has been shared so far, but here goes. So I'm trying to look Scottish today. I don't think I'm pulling it off really well, but that was the idea, like dress up as your female superhero person, boss babe. So this is my, look, I have like this is kind of Scottish, right? Sort of. Anyway, so yeah, my entrepreneur is Scottish born and bred. Her name is Olivia Conlon. And she is an absolute inspiration to me because she left school at age 16 after being bullied. And she left school because she wanted to start her own entrepreneurial venture. Now, she had no buy-in from anyone in her life. She had basically no support structure. She had no funds, no cash. Everyone thought like, well, this person is crazy. Don't do that. Why are you doing that? Don't leave school. You should go study. You should go do this. You should go do anything else, but don't become an entrepreneur. You're not going to make it. And literally, like on her Instagram, if you go check the Instagram out, I'll link it for you guys in the description. It shows like a picture of where she is now versus where she started. Guys, at the age of 19, she had built a 7-figure income. At 19, she's standing there looking back at her bullies, going, I told you so, and she's cashing a 7-figure check. And she did this through pure determination, hard work, and again, being super smart with the niche that she picked. She started off in, if I'm not getting this wrong, she started off in staging houses. So before you sell, you'd usually stage a house in some way. At that point in time, it wasn't a big industry. Like no one was really, going for that. And she was just like, this is the need, this is the gap, this is my niche, this is where I'm going. And she worked. She worked her fingers off, and 3 years later, there she is, and she's cashing 7-figure checks. And Olivia, if you're watching right now, I know I'm not doing a very good Scottish impression, but I'm such a fan. I'm an absolute fan, and I have so much respect for you for doing what you did. And I absolutely adore that you were one of the UK Young Entrepreneurs. I think that's the first award that you won, and after that you got like many more awards, and I can see why. I also love that you're now teaching other entrepreneurs how to do what you did. Not that I think that maybe like 1% of us have like, because it all boils down to determination. it all boils down to determination. I mean, I'm sitting here with like a co-founder that you don't even have matric. And it all comes down to...
But I went to 3 matric farewells.
Smart. Determination and a little bit of charm, maybe. But, you know, that's something that's really comforting for me to remember, that hard work gets you everywhere. And determination and being focused on what you actually want. So yeah, I'm such a fan, Olivia. Olivia, if you want to join us at our next networking event, please just reach out to me. I can see everyone on the screen is actually going, you should do it, Olivia, do it. We'd love to have you. Okay, awesome. So yeah, that is my entrepreneurial story. I will link it for you guys in the description, along with all the other entrepreneurial stories that everyone has spoken about. We do have just some more questions. I think we're going to get to about one of them. So I'll pick 3 people that get to answer the questions about today, and then we can take it from there. And then this has been absolutely inspirational. I'm actually so happy that we did this. Okay, so the question is, this is from Andrea, and she wants to know, how important is it to have role models and follow the stories of other authentic, successful entrepreneurs? So if you'd happy to answer that question, please put your hearts up on the screen. So the question is from Andrea, and she wants to know, how important is it to have role models and follow the stories of other authentic, successful entrepreneurs? Okay, I think let's start with Karen. Karen, this is basically your field, it's what you preach, so let's hear from you.
So I'm going to take it from a personal level. Andrea, that's a very good question. The way that I have made it this far in my journey in business and haven't given up is by hearing other women's stories, hearing their stories, seeing where they came from, because you resonate with someone's story and like, they there, I'm there. If they can do it, so can I. Hearing that story, hearing the journey, hearing what they went through, what they studied, what they did, who helped them. We all need help along the way. We all need inspiration, and hearing other women's stories and how they persevered, they never gave up, inspires me. And it's like when I have a setback, I'm like, it's just a setback. It's just a lesson learned. Look at what that person did. And just going back to their stories and just keep on getting inspired to ignite that fire in you, to never give up. So it's very important to hear stories of others, because they can share lessons that they have learned so that you don't make the same mistakes. And if you do, then you know what to do with it and how to correct it. So from my personal point of view, my journey and my growth, it's also inspired my personal growth. Listening, and it's women that are in my life, in this tribe, and and then also icons that we spoke about today. Every woman's story inspires you to not give up, because one day our stories are going to inspire the younger generations. That's Taryn Victor from Phoenix Media. Thanks, Nistine.
Love it, Taryn. Thank you so much. What an epic answer. Let's hear from Janine. Janine, you're up next. So how important is it to have role models and to follow the stories of other authentic, successful entrepreneurs?
Absolutely vital. Having a role model is extremely important to have as a positive influence on your outlook towards life. And your role model can be anyone. It can be a scientist, a writer, your parents, a sportsman. It doesn't matter. As long as that role model is in line with your values and your passions. It also promotes to lead a life that's in the same standards. And that is, I absolutely agree that it is entirely vital to have a role model, because a role model gives you an idea it inspires you as a person, and it will help you to achieve the zenith of success. I'm Janine from Jelani Sales, your virtual sales office.
Amazing. And if there's one person in the tribe that's hitting that zenith of success very soon, it's Janine, guys. She's one to watch out for, just letting you know. She's basically like all over our YouTube channel this week. There's a reason for that. Okay, awesome. Let's hear from our third entrepreneur. Leonie, you put your heart up. So how important is it to have role models?
Leonie did not put her heart up.
She did put her heart up.
Mr. Stephen Westwood did. And so did Angus.
Oh,
No, I didn't.
oopsie. Sorry, guys. Let's change that to Leo Stephen. Stephen, can we please hear from you? How's that for a save? How important is it to have role models and follow the stories of other authentic, successful entrepreneurs?
Nastine, I have to say that your ability to like recover is astounding. I absolutely love it. Keep it up. Yeah, so I'm going to start off with statistics like I always do. 86% of us need brands that are authentic. In order to be authentic, it's exactly like Taryn said, it is about telling a story, telling your own story. Talking about the struggles that you went through is inspiring, especially when you've overcome that. And the reason why that is because as humans, we are, psychologically speaking, wired to learn from stories and to tell stories as a way to teach. And because of that, it's not just motivation for our own success, but we are learning from other people's mistakes and other people's faults, and we are better than the previous generation. That's all I really wanted to say. I'm Stephen Westwood from SPW Copywriting. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Stephen. Amazing. Storytelling and teaching through storytelling. There's no one that does it better than Stephen Westwood. So thank you so much for sharing. Okay, one more question. This one's from Monique. I think we can quickly squeeze it in. So Monique says, and I think this is probably going to be answered by like Janine or Rita. Let's see. I've seen a lot of networking events for women in business. Why are these so popular and powerful? Awesome. Okay, cool. Let's go with Rita, then Janine, then Linda, then we are wrapping up. Rita.
In the situation that we're sitting currently, how do we get out there? And if I can use the analogy of a billboard, how do you advertise yourself? How do you put your face on a billboard? And then online, where we do most of it currently, and that's the place. Put your face out onto the billboard and let it be from there, and it will grow from there, and you will make the connections from there, and you will build the relationship. And then as Stephen said, the story will be told. And the story will be told very much in an authentic way. And that's the relationship building process. Rita Skuman, Coaching with Heart.
Thank you, Rita. Let's hear from your MC for the Women's Virtual High Tea event, Janine. Why are these networking events for women in business so important?
I absolutely love this question because you know what? I think you should build your network before you need it. I'll say it again, build your network before you actually need it. Being part of various networking organizations myself, I cannot see my life or my business without them. Hashtag Explore ProTech being one of them. Now you can have everything in life you want as long as you help enough people to get what they want. And as females, yes, guys, or shall I say ladies, we are a powerful species. We are amazing. And I want you to remember that. And a woman is an absolute full circle. Within her is the power to create, nurture, and transform. Why not transform together? I'm Janine from Jelani Sales, your virtual sales office.
And you can see why Janine runs the virtual sales office for a living, ladies. With the awesome answer though. Thank you, Janine. And let's hear from Linda. We're wrapping up with Linda. Linda, you're also speaking at the Women's Virtual High Tea Networking event. That's awesome. So lovely to hear from you. Tell us what is so important about networking events for women in business?
Yeah, so I think the question could be looked at in two ways. You know, what is important about networking events, number one, and why are perhaps female led and managed networking events important for women in particular. So the first one, networking is the way to build relationships, right? And in this day and age, to do it the way we're doing it right now, to communicate, to share stories, and to learn from each other is why networking is so important. It's not about selling, it's about learning and growing and becoming something much more. Why in particular for females? And this is an interesting one for me because I've never thought that it was necessary. I never used to think, by the way, that it was necessary to have distinct, groups, that a group with men and women was just fine if we were all kind of like-minded. But I have come to realize there is value with female-only networking groups as well, and perhaps there is for male networking groups. But the advantage that I see is that some females can be intimidated by the male figure, or I mean, this could even be a woman who's very dominant, so they're intimidated by that. And when you just have women together, I have noticed that there is more sharing, there is more caring, and there is more interaction than in mixed networking groups. My name is Linda Dent from Just Ask Linda Business Coaching, and we'd like to invite you along to the Women's Virtual High Tea on Monday, the 9th of August, 12 o'clock. Find it on all your social media platforms. You better be there with your cup of tea in hand, otherwise you will regret it for the rest of 2021. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Linda. What an authentic share. I cannot wait for the actual Women's Virtual High Tea, guys.
Well, if you think about it, we all know there's nothing new under the sun. Everything that's out there has been done before in one way, shape, form, or another. And there have been people that have experienced those things. And because they've already experienced them, when we need to learn those things, those are the people that we follow and consider heroes. They've been there, done that. Therefore, we actually look up to them. So I think in regards to women, like if you've ever gone out as a group and you go to an event and one woman says, "Oh, I'm going to go powder my nose, I'm off to the bathroom." Does she go alone? The answer is no. All the women in the group disappear and they powder their noses. It's a natural thing. They band together. When a guy says, "I'm going to go," well, he wouldn't powder his nose. But when he says he's going to the loo, do all the men follow him? No, they don't. There is a different dynamic between men and women. So for men, they have different areas that they will push and strive and succeed in. And for women, it's very different. So when you take a group of women and you put them in one place, guys, stand back, let the magic happen, support the magic, be part of that journey in supporting it, because that's when magic actually happens. If you can't support it as a guy, we don't want to know you. Thanks for coming to the party. Go to the loo on your own. But other than that, just watch it develop, watch it grow, support it, be part of it. I've had so many conversations with guys on LinkedIn that are like, "I really love what your campaign is doing and this event for women. I'm going to share this with all the women in my network because," and to you guys, you know what? Big up to you, because that's absolutely fantastic. Those are the kind of men that women need. So guys, appreciate the support.
Be the kind of man that women need, guys. Love it. Okay, guys, so this has been the Coffee Shop Conversation Show, and we've shared some absolutely amazing stories from our boss babes. Oprah, Queen Elizabeth, everyone else, Madonna, Margaret. If you could please also share this with your whole network. Poppy, Olivia, that'll be absolutely incredible. So come and help us support all the women in networking.
I'm just trying to figure out what it would be like to have the Queen and Madonna in the same meeting.
I think it would be absolutely
I think it would be fantastic.
And add Oprah. Now we networking. Okay, guys, so please share this with everyone you've ever met in your entire life. Women need to know about this. They need to come to our virtual high tea. If you're not a woman, don't worry. You can come to our global online speed networking event instead. That's on the 20th of August. All the links are in the description below. And we will see you again, same time, same place next time. I hope you enjoyed this. And remember to send me your questions when you have them, so that we can answer them for you on one of our upcoming shows. Also, connect with everyone that has given their value and their time to you guys. Everyone on the panel, I mean, look at their faces. They're just the most epic, awesome, caring, authentic entrepreneurs across the globe. And they dedicated their time today to make this show, to give you value, to tell the stories of entrepreneur boss babes across the world. Connect with them. Their links are in the description. Go and click, and subscribe. Okay, we'll see you guys again next time. Lots of love. See you later. May all your wildest entrepreneurial dreams come true.